joining us for this session. Let's dive right in. These are actual gameplay footages of Xociety from some of our previous tests. The gameplay itself is all about a casual approach to the extraction genre. So you're hunting monsters to begin with, you're leveling up, you're getting experience points, you're getting credit, you're getting better gear. And as you progress through that session, eventually you'll be running into other teams that you'll be competing with. Obviously, if you kill the other team, you can get their loot. And if you extract out of the session, everything is yours to keep. The experience points is account-based. So basically, the higher the account, the higher the battle pass that you unlock, you get extra benefits from the game. So the whole team from NDUS, who's building Xociety, we all come from traditional gaming backgrounds. So we've been building commercial level games at Krafton, NCSoft, Nexon for the last 20 years or so. So it's always about capturing market share, capturing an audience, having that niche that we could actually target. And yes, as a developer, we have a very good idea of what a good gaming experience looks like. But it's always through public testing, feedback, that iteration that we are actually able to develop a compelling offering. With that said, we've been showing our games to our audience for the last 1.5 years. So every new updates we have, we show it to the public. We get feedback. Some of our bigger tests, we had 1,300 people giving us dissertation-level surveys. So that's how we actually optimize and tune our game. And with each testing, we've been able to grow our community tremendously. We have a very interesting point program where we don't drop money to people. We have a slogan called No Free Lunch. If you come into a game testing, we reward you with a loyalty point token, which is non-tradable. It's soulbound. It's like an airline mileage point. We will be sensibly vesting this when we do TGE, but it's a form of vehicle that we could actually distribute to our community in order to build during our development phase. So some of our earlier testing, like back in earlier last year, we had our core community base, our NFT holders, our very active audience, coming to one of our latest builds. We had about 3,000 people, and what we measure is engagement and retention. So it's all about modern day game operation is all about using user acquisition, performance marketing to get people into your game, and hopefully getting to stay there. That's how we generate revenue. So back in February, we had 3,000 people, unique users, and we tested for 8 days. So somebody coming in from the first day and staying with us for the whole 8-day duration, which is a D7 retention rate, was basically off the charts. You never see this number, 77%. You never see that in traditional gaming. And we had people coming in from 76 countries. So we're thinking, OK, this is our OGs. They will obviously stay with us for the whole duration. So what we did as a next test, we expanded it 10 times. 90% of these 30,000 people never played Xociety before. But still, we managed to defend the D7 retention rate tremendously. We had people coming in from almost 100 territories. And we actually doubled the average playtime per player. So this is the content working. It's engaging people. It's keeping people on the server. And some of the key numbers that we actually look at. I love this clicker, but it's not responding. Ooh, try again. Can somebody help me get the next page, please? So should I sing a song or something? Oh, OK, here we go. So with each testing, we measure how many unique users are on the server on one single day, and how many people are actually concurrent users playing the game on that specific day. So back in February, we had about 1,600 people as concurrent daily active users, and a quarter of them were on the server. So meaning 3/4 have actually left that session. In June and July, that figure went up to 50%. So basically signaling that content is much more stickier, it's much more engaging, less people are leaving, and more people are staying on. So these are some of the engagement numbers that we constantly measure, and also including a lot of qualitative and quantitative feedback from the community. Next slide, please. And yes, we are a family of SUI, where SUI is one of our bigger ticket investors, including Hashed. And I just want to mention we receive investment from Krafton, who are the developer and publisher behind PUBG, one of the biggest shooter games on the modern day society. I think so. That's a sign of good approval for the whole team itself. And here are some of the challenges as a gaming offering that we're trying to sort of lower the hurdle as much as possible. With each game, everybody's looking for, hey, what's that next game loop? What's that, what's new about society? What's new about this game? And another aspect is, especially the Web3 communities, they are very much centered around a lot of the emerging markets, Southeast Asia, Brazil, Latin America, India, Africa. So these people, these communities don't really have that high-end system requirements that is beneficial to actually playing a multiplayer online game. So how do we overcome this? And another one is modern day gaming's viewership is also a method of playing games. You look at pro gamers, you look at streamers, influencers playing games instead of playing the game yourself. So how do we involve these audiences into a vertical platform and actually engage them in a much more meaningful manner? So first, I hate to talk it may sound like a gimmick, but oftentimes you need help from NPCs because multiplayer 3-man squad game, very often you're going to meet trolls. You're going to meet people that do not play the game like you want to play the game, and they're going to ruin that gaming experience. This is what League of Legends does super well. It's never my fault. It's somebody else's fault. So in order to actually lower this, we are developing AI components that you can actually train to your liking, to your style. They say, give me a better rifle. Give me a better piece of defensive equipment. If you repeat that process several times, the actual AI companion, your squad mates, becomes somebody that you want to play with. And you can train them, and these will be tradable on the actual in-game auction house. So you can purchase stuff to your liking, to your taste, from the auction house and play the game that you want to play. And also, we have signed with GeForce Now from NVIDIA, which this is a cloud streaming solution, but the tech has come a long way since a few years ago. So even for free, we can actually press play on a browser without a graphics card, stream 720p resolution, full HD, 60 frames per second, and we can provide that for about a week, several hours a day. That will be a very important message to the general public who doesn't have a decent system to try the game. So it was lowering down user acquisition vehicles, and actually it's come a long way in the sense that you could just pay $10. You can get ultra high definition resolution, 60p, 60 frames per second, and it will only cost you $10 per month. It's much cheaper than investing in a PC. Another sort of that perspective about spectatorship is, obviously the high level, the top tier, the top dogs who play the game the best and are the most skilled would have a lot of fandom. A lot of people want to watch them. But current modern day spectatorship like YouTube or Twitch is very much a passive affair. So with our platform, we want to offer patron systems where we could actually stake some of our token or assets in order to support the people that I'm rooting for. And these will give them a variety of in-game benefits, such as free passes, free entry tickets, free staminas. That will actually gain an edge over the other competition. And by investing partially in a secondary franchise, rooting for your best players, you could actually get back some of the winnings in terms of a share of the winnings. In terms of roadmap, we spent the last 2 years doing pre-production, production. So we've been building, and that has been our main focus for the last 2 years. Now, with a lot of the testings under our belt, I think we are very confident that we have a very viable commercial version on our hands. So now we are preparing for an Epic Game Store launch within the second quarter. It's a free-to-play game. There's no Web3 NFT hurdles whatsoever. You just use your Epic account, download it, jump in, buy a battle pass or two, generate revenue for us. If you find it fun, you can stay in. And then, by playing the game, we'll be offering a variety of reward mechanisms. But these are much better than virtual chicken dinners, because you'll be monetized by playing and engaging and getting better at the game. So what is that society loop that we are chasing after? The first is all about gaming. We need an audience. We need traffic. We need to generate and release the in-game offerings. But the ultimate goal is to be user-generated contents platform. I haven't got it in my presentation today, but we already have rudimentary tool sets, and we are working with very valuable partners that would initiate the creatorship. But in order to get there, we need an audience. Creators, for example, a lot of the Web3 metaverses fail because they didn't have an audience. So why would creators spend their time and effort into trying to cater for nobody? So that's why we're starting with game-first approach, and that's what we are best at, and that's what we've been doing for the last 20 years. The market target audience is not hardcore, because there are a lot of variety of hardcore games, successful games on the market, but the problem is, if you're not good at headshotting people and killing people, you're not going to have a fun time. So that's why we have player progression, we have skill systems, we have gear mechanisms that will cater for a much wider audience. And it's not just all about gunplay, it's about team tactics, it's about strategizing. And the target platform that we will be releasing is PC first, but at the same time, we are one of the preloaded games on Sui. And this is a Denny during Korea Blockchain Week, where he announced the Sui Play device. And as you can see, a lot of things are about society. We love the Sui partnership. Yay, Sui.
So we want to talk about the first game that is going to be launched with the device. We have Xociety, we have Xociety.
Thank you, Adeni. So I'll skip over this page. So another unique thing about Xociety is, how do we incorporate Web3 elements? Is it like just tokens? Do we just give it out as marketing? Or do we use it in a much more meaningful way? We have about 350,000 people in social media, mostly Web3 people. And a majority of them, we know they're in it for the token reward. They will leave as soon as we do TGE and release the game. So how do we keep them with us? All of the gaming value, every single online game or gaming experience that has player progression. That's why you play the game. You get stronger, you get better gear, you level up your characters. We have that in Xociety, but we've separated the in-game layer where the value is created, and we linked it with our Web3 audience and traders as an out-game layer, so they can compound this value. It could be items, it could be tokens, it could be characters, and we are linking the in-game and the out-game in a very unique way, where buying battle passes, buying skins, upgrading weapons. It's all about spending money and time into the game. And we package these essential services into 5 virtual corporations, running tournaments, selling skins, so, the actual auction house, the transaction fees from there. All of these different free-to-play microtransaction revenue streams are pumped into different companies, depending on what kind of revenue stream that is. And by playing the game, if you unlock achievements, if your guild does well, you will get shareholder ownership of these companies. These are NFTs, not real, so there's no security issue. But by holding shares like in real life, we will be redirecting our operations profit from these companies into the shareholders as dividends. So that will be locking in people for a much lengthier period of time, which is basically, as I first started with, retention is everything about commercial gaming service. So this will be a very fun mechanism where even not just the best performance in terms of competition, some of the end game goals for the more casual audience can be, hey, how many shares can I get? This will be locking in, this will be securing my position in the Xociety ecosystem, and I can voice by voting for some of the game updates and directions that we'll be doing. So in a slightly more detailed fashion, so all of these revenue generated by selling arena tickets, skins, tournaments, everything is done through 2 rails, tokens with a discount and fiat, just like XLR, swiping your credit card. Every gamer does that. That's the nature of the $2 billion industry, which is gaming right now. And all of that will be funneled into each treasury of these companies, and from there on, we will be distributing rewards, we'll be giving some of it back to the shareholders, and we'll be taking some of our operations costs from it. And it's a free-to-play game on Epic Games Store. So the free loop, you don't need to pay anything for it. This is modern-day gaming. You release your game for free to widest audience possible, and you try to keep them in, and you try to convert them to paying customers. So the free game loop is all about free, grinding the game, enjoying the game, going into guilds, forming a community. And from there on, once you get a little bit more confident, you can go into the ranked matches, which are tier-based. So beginner to top tier. Obviously, the higher the tier, the bigger the rewards. And these ranked matches are paid entry affair. So you have to have a ticket, or you have to purchase a ticket in order to go to the ranked matches. But all of that value paid by the entry users are randomly distributed on the map. As you've seen at the beginning, boss monsters will have it, minions will have it. It will drop on the ground. Once you pick it up, and you don't die, and you successfully extract, it's yours to keep. So because we don't take anything from it, a majority of people will potentially gain more than what they paid for. At the same time, our tokenomics is all about redistributing value. So it's an extraction map. Not everything's collected. In our testings, more than half of it was left over. So that's value we snowball back into the reward pool to make it bigger. So more people coming in, more people will be enjoying it, more left over, and that's funnel back in. It's basically a very positive cycle that we're providing. And from there on, we burn some of it, we take some of it as operation cost, and that's how we generate our own revenue. A lot of people in Web3, I mean, interoperability, IP sharing, ownership is something that Web3 is bringing in mass. But everybody talks about it and really don't do anything. But we are fundamentally builders. So what we partner with and who we partner with, we build something attractive that the public wants and wants to pay for. So one of our latest partnerships with Pudgy Penguins is super cute. What we did was we made digital outfits in the game. They have stitch marks. You can see it in our booth. Super cute. But obviously, people can buy it for free in-game currency right now because we are at testing phase. But these will be some of the limited edition skins that we'll be providing to the public and sharing that to the NFT holders. We just said, which penguin owner wants their penguin in Xociety? 91 people hold their hands up, and that's exactly what we did. Cloak3D, not a lot of people know this, but they are the de facto development tool in the fashion industry. They're like 3D Studio Max. Professional designers in the tens of thousands use this tool on a daily basis, and we partner with them to make it easy for these professional fashion designers to optimize everything into Unreal format. We can put it into the game. We've already done it. This is off their website, and we can sell it on the creator's behalf and share revenue. Pixelmon, Julio is also one of our investors, gave us Kevin to play with. We made it into digital fashion. This is what game is about. He's super ugly, but he's super cute. This is actual in-game shots of the in-game brand shop where you can purchase helmets, gloves, shoes of Kevin. And this is all about gaming, being quirky, being funny, enjoying contents and creating contents with the community members. And during one of our last sessions, this is the Pixelmon community, all wearing Kevins, trying to take down the boss monster. And this is what gaming is about, really. It's fun. Our next, this is not announced yet, so don't take pictures of this and share this. But it will be with Adidas. Household brands, that's how we sell skins. Fortnite with Adidas, Nike. A lot of daily brands is what people recognize, connect with. And if we can tap into this audience, especially the 350 million monthly Adidas Club users, because they're young people. They wear Adidas, and they're members of the Adidas Club. Even if we can portion some of it into our game by giving them discounts, free skins, that will be a very valuable user acquisition vehicle for us. So I mentioned, Jeffrey, who's with us today, he's been building games for 23 years, arcade games, mobile games, PC games, Nexon, NCSoft. So all of the listed and globally operating companies out of South Korea is the foundation that we've been building, and what we've been producing so far have all been commercial. It's all about trying to generate revenue, and that's what we've been doing as a whole team, and we've built several products together as one team. We also have Web3 insights in the sense that, including myself, we come from Web3 backgrounds since 2019, where we built the first Web3 project out of Korea that was listed on Coinbase and Binance. So I think it's a marriage of both worlds, and that we want to provide something in an intuitive, meaningful sense, instead of, hey, this is a token, this is a PFP, buy it and give us money. So I think that's Xociety in a nutshell. If anybody has more questions, I'll be free. We have a booth in the gaming area. We have really nice fluorescent t-shirts for you, so you're all welcome to join. Thank you.